Thanks for joining us. Today I'm here with Simon Harle. Simon, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
So for those that don't know your background, obviously MMA is not your first run at professional sports.
No.
Give us a bit of background on what you did before that.
Professional sports, I played football. I was a goalkeeper for Morocco Swallows for 6 years. Short, white, and not enough money. So I started working as an apprentice mechanic, so I walked away from the sport. Just didn't pay the bills.
And then that journey after you walked away from the sports, obviously there was a lot of things that happened in your life and your space. Tell us a bit about that journey.
Been interesting. I've seen the best and worst of people. Did some good things, did some bad things. Ended up on the wrong side of the law. Did some time in prison. Came out and started to fix my life. So I've seen the top and I've seen the bottom. Had money, lost money. But yeah, I'm back, and one day at a time. Every day is a new day.
And obviously going through an experience like that, when you come out, how did you turn all of that around? What was it like when you come out? A lot of people say that when that happens, you come out literally on your own, no one else around you. How did you build yourself back up again?
I'm going to get laughed at for this one, but I couldn't have done it without my mom. I got on a Greyhound bus, 199 rand ticket one way, and came home. And then she met me at the station and she said to me, "We'll be okay." Put me back in my bedroom at home, and day by day she started to build the confidence. It took me 7 months to go outside. I never left the house for about 7 months. I lived the routine, I lived there.
What happened after that? Now you're a family man as well. How did that journey happen for you?
I met Celeste shortly after I got out, and it was whirlwind stuff. We hit it off from the start. She was a great support, a lot younger than me. She was a great support for a long time, but it really was more about my kids. You know, I had Corbin, who a lot of people in this industry know. He's always around me. He partakes. He's at events. I suppose he's trying to be me, and that's probably the biggest driver. Is my kids. I look down and I see them, and they're looking up at me. And it doesn't matter if I'm good or bad that day, or if I'm having a good day, bad day, if I'm doing the right thing, the wrong thing. In their eyes, there is no wrong. And I'm hoping those lessons I went through impart on him, and he can make great decisions going forward, and doesn't step in those steps.
And when did the fall into MMA happen? How did that happen?
And I took a job as an expatriate in the Middle East. I lived in Muscat in Oman and went to Dubai for a training course. And while I was there, we went off to a fight night. And it was one of these sort of you can fight. And I was 4 beers to the wind, and I can fight. I couldn't fight, but I fell in love with it. It's a little bit different over there. Things like UFC are broadcast free of charge. There's 24-hour channels for it. And it was just incredible to watch and to get into. I came back to South Africa, I was 154 kilos, and I joined an MMA gym to lose weight. That's where it started. And then I took a fight, and I lost. Unconditioned, unfit, didn't know what I was doing, and then the love for it grew from there, man. And there's good people in the sport. I've met the people that are still around me today are all the people from the sport. It's just good people.
And then tell us a bit about your amateur career.
Yeah, I take fights. I love to fight, and then I get nervous to fight and I don't want to fight. That's me. So I fought under Team Loco. I fought a lot of fights there, a lot of disorganized stuff, a lot of throw together stuff. I eventually made a move to World of Warriors, which is now unfortunately no longer. And yeah, Grant Olaf, who everyone in this industry knows, found a way to get through to me, which was quite easy. He would tell me, "You're not fighting, just train for a fight." And then I'd find out I'm fighting. So the anxiety from Grant managed to manage that. The team was great. I met Jason van der Merwe there. I'm still with Jason today. He's also quite special. He's young, but he's a pretty wise bloke. But he's also figured out how to get me going. Got me to my debut at EFC. Didn't go the way we wanted, but the first round was fantastic. But yeah, it's the people, man. It's all about the people. So the amateur career, I had a number of fights up and down. Eventually managed to make it in the SA team at 40 years of age. Went off to Vegas, or 39, 40 years of age. Won a fight and lost a fight to the current world champion, pound for pound, #1 they call him. Man, I'd love to fight him again. I'd love to fight him again. But yeah, it was an incredible experience. Man, we got to fight at the Mecca during UFC Expo Week. Got to see stuff, got to watch UFC 200, Hall of Fame induction, got to meet some of my absolute heroes. So MMA has afforded me that opportunity to see a little bit of the world and to explore myself a bit more.
And then getting a pro license at the age of 40. I'm sure there were a lot of people asking you what you were doing.
Oh man, I'm sure a lot of people asking Graham what he's doing for signing me. But the reality is it was the next step. It really, after Vegas, I thought, you know what, I'm 40 years old, the dream's there, let's chase it. What happens, happens, you know, we're going to have some fun. I I spoke to the people around me. Again, the guys at Fight Evolution, and I spoke with the team there, and they said, let's do it. Let's get there, let's get it done. I'd already got the license about 9 months before, and I'd done nothing with it. And the guys at Fight Evolution said, we believe in you, man. You put in the hours, you work hard. If you work a little bit harder, put in a little bit more, and take instruction, we'll get you there. And that's where we're at.
And what was that first pro fight? What was the experience like? Walking out to the cage, the lights, the people?
Oh man, it's surreal, eh? It really is. You're a rock star. For those 20 minutes, you're a rock star. People love you, people want to know you. It's incredible. Jason, funnily enough, said it to me. He said, these moments you will never have again. You can have 100 more fights you will never have today. He said that to me in the warm-up. I didn't understand it until it was done. There is nothing. I walked out in front of 60,000 people in a Rothmans Cup game against Kaiser Chiefs at Ellis Park, and this was bigger, this was better, this was about me. That walk, man, and I'll tell you now that it was 53 steps. From the curtain to the cage was 53 steps that I'll never have again. And I'll relive those moments forever. It was incredible.
And what's next for Simon?
Yeah, it's interesting. We're looking at March for a fight in Cape Town. Maybe 2 fights in March, depending if certain people with big mouths can step up and deliver. And again, it's going to depend on the team. You know, I'm a team player. We've started a little gym that's starting to grow nicely, and how I can add value there. So for me, it really is about just continuing the dream, continuing the journey. My sons joined my gym. Both my sons joined my gym, and things are looking good for us. So for me, the next step's March, and it's one day at a time. It's keep the weight off, keep healthy, and live clean, man. That's important.
And obviously, it's been a big journey to come from where you were 18 years ago to today. So just a message for anyone that's going through things, that's going through tough times, the thing they can't get out of it, anything you want to say to those guys?
Yeah, things happen. Some things you create, some things you don't. A lot of it isn't in your control. What is in your control is how you handle things. To be fair, I didn't handle it well. Again, I'll just reiterate, my mom handled it. She regrew me, she re-matured me, groomed me back. But there's always light. And even since then, I've gone through challenges, you know, had jobs, lost jobs, faced retrenchments. And I look back at that lesson from 18 years ago, and it's simple. It's about you. You can't look after number 2 if number 1 ain't 100%. So the lesson is make sure you're in a good space. And a good space doesn't mean you need to have money and that. It needs have people around you that love and care for you. Have people, like-minded people in your space, and be man enough to talk to people. You can't internalize things because it's going to eat your life. So for me, make smart decisions. If you're not sure, ask somebody.
Well, there you have it, guys. Straight from Simon. Again, you're never too old to chase those dreams. So get